It's weird though, like that little, what, 15 seconds? That little 15 seconds did crazy numbers for me.
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
I heard y'all need some food for the mind, for the soul, for the Bueller.
They open the door. They think he's a righteous dude.
Okay. Alright, well, shit, before we start this, all glory to God. He made this possible. That's for damn sure. But, so, right, I seen this post. Well, today, this just me. It's just me, for real. But I seen this post, and it went something on the lines of, like, not caring about anyone else, then only, it's not like really a caring about yourself kind of thing, but it's like not caring about anyone else gets you a lot further. And I think the weird part about that is when you care too much, that shit start costing crazy money. Like it is an ingenuine, it is insane how much it costs to care. It costs like everything from your head, like the head on your hair, to the shoes on your feet. I mean, like, and what makes it so crazy is, like, you can end up caring. You can really end up caring like crazy for someone who honestly don't even think about you on a daily. Like, what? What? How does something like that even happen? I don't know. But, like, putting in some sort of effort into like the things you do, it's like self-therapy in a way. Like, it's like you're finally caring for yourself. But the thing about that is, like, we live in this weird society for when all the good people really start caring about themselves, they feel selfish. Like, they feel selfish to care about themselves. And I really wish I knew why. Like, what is it? What is it that gives you that feeling to why when you start doing things for yourself and when you start caring about yourself, you start feeling selfish? But, like, it wasn't selfish to someone else when they ask you for more than what they needed or something. You realize no one ever feels bad when they ask you for stuff. Like, they don't, like, even asking someone for guidance can be deemed as selfish, if that makes sense. Like, because you're asking someone, hey, help me get better. Like, and then the worst part about it is, like, when you do that, 9 times out of 10, you don't even use the knowledge that they give you. So what was the point of asking? Like, what was the point in asking someone for something if you weren't going to use it? Like, here's the thing, right? It's like a long journey from where I was to where I am now. From where I was, I don't think I can ever like step back into where I was, because it's a long transformation before getting to the point. It's a long transformation before getting to the point to where you can just be like, I made it out of this. Like, I can use this to help someone. Like, what? How you gonna use what you learn to help somebody when you barely got out of the thing yourself? But see, how that helps and how it affects others is when you learn something. When you learn something and you put it into motion, you realize how easy it is to teach someone. Like, you realize that it's way easier to teach someone after you did something than it is before, when you just know about it. Like, you have to put yourself in the fire in order to tell someone how to extinguish it. That was a gem. Crazy. Man. Oh man. A little off topic. I don't know what be happening with I ain't gonna hold you. Like, my hands be feeling weird. I feel like I might still have carpal tunnel. I don't know if it's because I'm overly stressing or something, or what. I just know I still have like weird feelings in my hands. Yeah. You know, it took a genuine while in order to get to where I am. Now, where I am is nowhere near to where I want to be, but I know where I am is something in a place where it can help someone else. Like, learning things like, I guess, like renting places out and maintaining your car. I mean, that's something that you really can just look up on Google, because that's what I did. But it's weird that no one, there's like no one, it's not that no one thinks to just look on Google, but a lot of people don't look on Google. Like, they'd rather someone just tell them. People don't read. That's the weird part about it. I got a book about debt and like how it works. I just found it. I've been looking for it for a while, to be honest. Not really. I feel like I slacked a little bit. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I'm far from perfect, but I'm trying to, I say, fix myself. Like, but like, see, right, like I said, like, when you care too much though, you don't have the time to fix yourself. Like, you basically put yourself in a deeper hole and then wonder how you gonna dig yourself out of it. Like, caring too much, it don't just cost money. It costs like a little bit of your psyche. But like, I think that, like, like, this is the thing. Think about it like this, right? We have internal battles. And those internal battles is what like defines how we're going to get through something. Oh, my bad. But yeah, those internal battles is like, right. This is how it can go. You face yourself forward. And you see something totally different. Like your mind is so focused on what you're going through in your head that you don't even realize what's in front of you. And like, what do I mean by that? Hey, how you doing? What do I mean by that? What an internal battle is like, it's like trying to comprehend a question that you don't know the answer to. You've never studied for this. You never thought, hey, I'm going to deal with this one day. Now I got, and like, now that I'm dealing with this, I'm ready for it. But you never think about it. Like whether it's a new level of depression, whether it's getting closer to God, whether it's how you gonna survive to the next day. Like every day is different. So you're not going to be prepared on what happens. What, 10 years before? 10 years before, I wasn't thinking about what I was going to be doing right now. 10 years before, I was thinking about Beyblades. Yeah, I think that was cool around that time. Beyblades. I was 11, 10 years ago. I think Beyblades was cool when I was like 8, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like an internal battle brings you from this. It's like, okay, this is what the internal battle really is. It's like a butterfly or a caterpillar in a cocoon. That's really what that internal battle is. But like the internal battle is really the making of the cocoon. What does that mean? What does it mean to make the cocoon? Do you realize that it takes way more energy to make the cocoon than it does to break out of it? See, right? You make the cocoon. You have to gather a bunch of pieces from outside of yourself, or you have to shrink down out of your original size to make yourself fit. And you think to yourself, damn, this is a lot of work. But this is the thing, you just keep doing that, and sooner or later you already all wrapped up. Now you sitting in there chilling, you know, whatever it is inside that cocoon. But when you come out, you realize you put yourself in so much pressure. All that pressure, all the pressure, all the no air, the no escape. You realize all the things that was outside of you put you in this spot. And now you got to realize, how am I getting out of this? See, the cocoon isn't like the shell of safety. The cocoon is the test. It's like you're not really in there to learn how to become the butterfly, but you're in there to become the butterfly. How does it all start off? It started off by making said husk. And making it doesn't all come down to all the happy little things that we all go through. It really all comes down to whatever trial it is. Maybe like whatever trial that got us into this in the first place. Sooner or later, you don't know, or you don't see the way out. But the thing about it is, like I said, it's easier to break the cocoon than it is to make it. You made the cocoon. You fix one problem, it draws the leak. Right? It like what I hear a lot is a boat doesn't sink because of the water outside of it. It sinks because of the water that gets in it. So if you can fix the one problem while you're inside of the fuck, if you can fix one problem while you're inside of said cocoon, that's how you break out into the light. Now, yes, there is safety inside of the cocoon. You're not going to want to leave out of it. You're not going to want to break yourself free from it because you're so used to being entrapped into this small space. But when you get out of it, when you see the light, when you finally see said light, that's when it makes all the difference. When you finally see the light. The one shine of light inside of a cocoon is how you realize it's time to go. And when you come out, you're entirely different. Now you got wings. Now you're flourishing. Now you're this beautiful butterfly. But you would have never been it if you had never had to make said cocoon. But this is the thing. There is only one person who never, there's a such thing as caterpillars that never turn into butterflies. That's the scary part. There are such thing as caterpillars that never turn into butterflies. And I feel like the reason, my weird symbolism of how I'm seeing that right now is the real reason to why they're never in their own cocoon is because they're too busy helping someone else make theirs. Or they're too busy not wanting to change. They don't want to see, they don't want to go through the changing process. They don't think trying to change is a good idea, small things like that. They're closed-minded and they don't want to go through said process. When in reality, going through it is the beautiful process. I don't know, it just paused itself. That's weird. What? See, y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me for real. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just yapping. But no one tells you when it's time to change. You ever realize that? People would love to have you as the same. People would love to have you stay the same forever if it benefits them. This is the weird loophole of supporting someone. Now, frankly, I feel like this is a little bit of a shot of shade, but it's something about in the black community. It's I want you to do good, just I don't want you to do better than me. You gotta stay away from those people. But it's also the I want you to do good, But since I don't see the light out of the end of the tunnel, I'm not going to fully support you in it. How, like, what, why would it work like that? Why would you basically tell me you can do it, but you don't want to support me in doing it? Some of your main friends don't even like your average selfies. You don't even realize that. Some of the same people you hang out around don't even like your selfies. So what you expect them to buy your products for? You expect them to hit you up and get their hair did? No, they ain't supporting you for real. They just saying that. They're just saying that so they won't be against you. In reality, most of the people don't even believe you. A lot of people don't believe that you can do a lot of things. And the real reason to why they don't believe you is because they don't believe themselves. If you don't believe in yourself in order to get to where you want to be, if you don't believe in yourself in order to get to where you want to be, then you never had a destination in the first place. It was just smoke and mirrors. It was a dream. Like, think about it like this. Has there ever been anything you've quit in? Now, has there been someone who succeeded in the same thing you quit? What's the difference between you and them? Nothing. No, because most of the time they didn't have a single thing that they needed in order to get to where they wanted to be. So what really happened is that they were disciplined enough to cut out the noise, stop caring about what everyone else thinks, and just did what they wanted to do. Man, what? Niggas ain't listening to me. Niggas ain't listening to me. No one understands. No one gonna understand you. Right now, I probably see, like, to most of the people who I've ever known, most of the people that I've known for years, they see me as delusional, and I'm okay with that. Frankly, I still care too much. I do. I know I do. Because I still feel myself being hurt when I realize I cared so much. Now I'm down again. But it's only a matter of time to where that won't happen again. Because sometimes you gotta break into your subconsciousness. You gotta let, like how God makes us learn the lesson. Sometimes you gotta make your subconscious learn the lesson. Like, your subconscious has this habit. As a habit, it'll do the same thing over and over and over again because that's what it knows how to do. But you, as in your mind and your subconscious mind, are two different things. It's basically like having two brains. It's like having the second you. And the second you always takes over when you don't know what to do. You start feeling anxious, you start feeling worried, you don't know what to do next. Your subconscious mind will automatically put you in a comfortable state. Why do you genuinely think the moment you start stressing, you get frustrated, you instantly go to the same old? The one thing that's always been there, it ain't steering you wrong, it ain't doing nothing. It's just making you feel good for the second. Some of us, it's well, for me, it's my game. My game, it's always been there. It keeps my brain thinking, it keeps me moving. Anything that anything that I can think happen, it puts my imagination to the test. And frankly, that's like having your kryptonite. Your kryptonite is like, see, people hear kryptonite and they instantly think it's something that's going to harm me. When in reality, it's the thing that's keeping you sane. It's not the thing that's keeping you still. It's the thing that's keeping you happy. Like what is it like that's why it's called a vice. It has that hold on you. You don't know how to get past it. Why is this thing, wait. Now, like, see, like, right, I've come to this weird conclusion of like, I'll hold off a little bit. Like, there's times where like I'm now like I try to give it a mix of, if I'm feeling down or frustrated, I won't just go straight to my game. I'll just pray about it first. I'll hit my Bible app so fast. I look at the verse of the day, then I hit wherever number I want, and when I tell you, it gives me a bit of clarity, because what it is written and what it is written is true. Like, the Bible isn't religious, it's a guide. But that's a different story. That's an entirely different story. That's a different time. We can't talk about that right now. We still on the topic of caring too much though. But like, yeah, so like, caring too much put me in some crazy ass situations. I remember one time I drove about 2 hours away from home. About 2 hours away from home just to put a car in a different lawn. What? I used to work with one of my homies. We got paid the same day, and somehow bro was broke the next day. Who was spotting him? I ain't care. That's my dog. In reality, I still do it if I had it. But like, it's like, it gets easier to say no the more you realize it. The more times you give your subconscious the, you know what happened last time, it just calms down a little bit. It's like urges, right? It's like urges. Man, I spoke a lot. I don't even know how long I've been lying. How long has it been going on? I can't even look at it. Wait. Oh yeah, this is what it was. Hold on.
You are not going to get anywhere in this world. You're not going to get anywhere financially, spiritually, socially, or otherwise until you get to that point where you don't give a damn about what other people think about you. You are not going to get anywhere in this world.
That's how like, it's weird though. Like that little 15 seconds. That little 15 seconds did crazy numbers for me. It just made me think. It just made me do nothing but think all day. I don't even know what I be thinking about sometimes. Oh, but like, yeah, like you gotta have those mental those mental meetings. That's what I guess what I'm calling them. Mental meetings. You just, cause I just sit there and talk to myself about an hour. I think when I was a kid, maybe I feel like my family thought I was like schizophrenic because I used to talk to the TV. But it really wasn't like the fact that it was just like I didn't have anyone to talk to and like, you know, review. That was my shit. But like the fact of that is like, even though they basically kind of like told me don't talk to the TV, I still did it, you know? Like it's like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it enough to where that's what I like. I didn't care what someone else said. You think I'm weird for it? You're like, what? What? This is what I do. This is my little communication. And like now that I think about it, it's like we were so much braver as children. Why? How was that? How is the fact that we were braver as children? And like the fact of the matter is like, is it weird? Or is it like a genuine connection that the reason why we started caring so much about things to happen is because we learned about death? We like, is it like some weird subconscious thing to where we always think that if one thing goes wrong, that's the end of us? Man, I don't know. And like, we used to be able to do so much as children. We ain't have a care in the world. And you don't realize how much of a care we didn't have until you realize how much you care about now. All the things you care about, that shit is expensive, ain't it? I wasted so much time. I wasted so much time and effort and energy, and sometimes I just want to get it back. But like, you know, like now I'm optimistic about it, and I just think to myself, it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. Yeah, but I guess that's pretty much it, because I still got to go do my walk of the day and maybe make another video, because I've been stockpiling. If you ever get into content creation, you're gonna need to stockpile a little bit. Like, that's probably why so many like people I know, they just have so many videos in their drafts. But like, yeah, look, stockpile. You gonna need it, because just making a video every day, you burn out quick. So when you do feel motivated, just stockpile a bunch of videos. But I do recommend change your clothes. Change your clothes, so then it gives the effect that it's been different days. Because one thing about me, I made like a couple videos with the same clothes on, and now I gotta like post those at different times, so then I can't just look crazy. Like, damn, either this nigga made a lot of videos in one day, or not like you know, like this nigga made a lot of videos in one day, or he like, because you know, if I made one video with the same clothes, now I made another video with the same clothes, but I posted them in different day intervals, they'll be like, yo, this nigga been wearing the same clothes for 6 weeks. What the fuck? But, you know, I don't know. That's just probably just me overthinking. But yeah, thanks for tuning into the podcast. This will be on the YouTubes and shit. Love you.